Here it is, Game 15, the final match in this 2021 Under-20 Six Nations competition. What a month of rugby we've had in Cardiff. It's been a tough and challenging campaign for both sides. Here's an opportunity to end on a high. Scotland against Wales from the Cardiff Arms Park. England went into this round with a 100% record, needing to beat Italy to win a first Grand Slam since 2017. That's exactly what they did. Didn't come easy, but they sealed the Grand Slam with a 27-17 victory. And this was followed by a crack-up between France and Ireland, nip and tuck all the way. But the French held out to secure second spot. So, we know the top three. England, Grand Slam winners. France second, Ireland third. Italy currently fourth in the table. But victory for Wales will leapfrog them. Scotland looking to avoid a whitewash. So here we are then, 5th against 6th, Wales against Scotland. Good afternoon. Well, this wasn't the plan. It wasn't in the script. A wooden spoon decider. The 20s rugby is about much more than the result. And if a large proportion of these young men go on to represent the country at senior level, then this campaign, I guess, would be deemed to some extent as a success. But right now, these players and coaches are hurting and hungry to finish on a high in front of these supporters and coaches in Paul James and Rhys Thomas. Scotland, well, the challenge is to avoid the whitewash. Bottom of the table, no victories, no points. It's been a long, long time in camp now. 1 month stuck in a hotel. Very little opportunity to socialise beyond the bubble, but plenty of time to consider and ponder on victories that could have been. There's a sun shower here to welcome the players as we take a pause at a very timely time, considering the events of the past few days, to think and to act as we continue to fight racism.
Thank you very much. Okay, now please join us for the announcements first from Wales.
Wow, that was impressive considering just the sprinkling of supporters here at Cardiff Arms Park. Let's see if the Scots can match it. So Scotland are led by the giant lock Alex Samuel. He's joined in the boiler house by Ewan Ferry. Murray Redpath, son of Brian, brother of Cameron, returns at scrum half. And they have a new player playing at full-back, making his first start of the campaign in Alex Clayton. Power in the centres from Scott and Gray, and pace out wide for Callaghan and Melville. Johan Cunningham has made 7 changes for the side that lost heavily to England. A complete reshuffle of the front row, with Jones, Daniel and Evans slotting in. Tristan Davis is selected at number 8, ahead of Carwyn Tuipulotu. Behind, there's a first start of the campaign for fullback Morgan Richards, and plenty of responsibility on the shoulders of the halfback. Ethan Lloyd, the highly experienced Sam Costello. Lem substitutes available to be selected at this level. Only 8 of them will get on to the field of play. We've spoken about sons of famous fathers. Well, when it comes to pedigree, there's no greater than this man's dad. Not a rugby player, but Daley Thompson, the international Olympic champion, dad of Alex Clayton and Sam Costello. How much will they depend on his experience this afternoon?
20 seconds, I think.
The referee is Adam Leal. And all of a sudden, the sun has disappeared, and David Jenkins awaits, as we do. A pause, that silence. Anticipation.
Everyone, please, gents, time on.
Poor campaign for both sides. Can they end on a high? The first touch to a man who's got a giant of a boot. He's a giant of a man as well, Hawkins. Here he is, Clayton. Full back today, first start of the campaign. Good afternoon, Ellis Jenkins.
Afternoon, Jack.
I say good afternoon, it's good evening actually. It just feels like a sunny afternoon here in the capital.
Tackler out the other side.
For the most part, like you said, the heavens opened up just before the teams came out, so we were sort of rolling our eyes, but it's cleared up and hopefully stays nice and dry. And we can see 2 teams who've got, you know, pride to play for, that they can throw the ball around and put on a bit of a spectacle, hopefully.
Well, there's no concern about the weather with the artificial pitch here. We've already had 2 games played here this afternoon. Earlier, a proper humdinger between France and Ireland. France grabbed the victory. Before that, England crowned Grand Slam champions for the first time since 2017. To the front, the Scots go. And in the driving seat is Patrick Harrison, the hooker. Advantage coming, shot for nothing. And Scotland making easy yardage so far for Michael Gray. Harrison again. Welsh defence creaking. Redpath. Morris. Clayton. Held up. Still advantage being played for the Scots here. Leatherbarrow, another offside penalty coming. Redpath. Scott. Leatherbarrow, dummies, flipped in the air. Wales compete to the deck and it's still alive. Evan Daniel screams and he's got the ball. It's held up. We'll go back for the penalty.
2 penalties. You've got a more collapse over there by the 5, or you've got number 1 offside just here in underneath. So no, just this side of the post here. You're going to take this penalty here, yeah? Okay. Shot at goal, number 1, offside. Cheers, George.
Cameron Jones, the guilty party here. And an easy opportunity for Scotland to take the lead. Ellis.
It's the trouble you can get into when you're giving penalties away around halfway. You know, they've gone from being 60 yards from their own line to defending a line out, give away a penalty, and all of a sudden they've given away 4 or 5 penalty advantages already. You know, Scotland looked comfortable. It's not the most assured start from Wales, but hopefully
It's a penalty, lads.
you know, 3 points could have been a lot more. So I think Wales will probably take that and reset and go again.
First blood Scotland, and it's Cammy Scott with the easiest of penalties. Alex Melville gathers the restart, sets things back. And at this level, Ellis, like any level, it's all about responding from the points, working that exit and getting back into position for Scotland.
Time you run there on the right.
Absolutely. Scotland will be looking to relieve the pressure, and Wales will be looking to make them work to get out of there. I think Wales will be happy with that result, and you know, the first time they touch the ball, now they get a chance to launch an attack and get the ball in Costello's hands and cause Scotland some problems.
Get out the gap, please, and we'll get the numbers as they come in. Let's not slow it down. That's some more.
Jenkins
Wait, get back.
at the front.
Okay.
Sets, and Evan Daniel with his head buried into the back of the maul. Joined by skipper Alex Mann. Good structure, good formation from Wales. There's only one man competing for Scotland, and it's a tough ask for him. Advantage being played, shot for nothing here. That's an extremely positive sign from the Welsh pack.
Number 1 collapse.
It's a good decision. You know, as I've said about hopefully getting the ball in Costello's hands, but it's good identification that Scotland have got the 6 and 7 in the back line, outside the outside half. So there's, you know, they've decided the weakness is in the forwards, and it's good drill from Wales. It's good pressure and forced the penalty. So it's a good omen going into this one, which I'm sure we'll see another driving line out again.
That's all right, mate.
Thomas, the target at the front.
Don't lift the leg. Don't lift the leg.
Asks for the squeeze, asks for the drive. There's a Scottish
Down
hand
by
in
Red.
there in Michael
Red
Jones,
to ground. Ball's available.
but it's still Welsh possession. Junza, the giant of a lock. Joe Hawkins on the crash, dumped unceremoniously, but it's still Welsh possession. Nathan Evans had to check, lost a bit of momentum, but it's still Welsh ball. Mann, the captain. Jenkins on his shoulder. Costello wants it. Costello to Johan Evans. Johan Evans. Opportunity. Just got short as Tom Florence. Lloyd buries deep. 1 metre between Wales and the try line. Lloyd awaits.
Tackle Scotland, release now.
Taken quickly around the corner. And Junza gets there. The big lock with the power. First try Wales.
Yeah, it's good discipline from Wales. They've gone there. They've earned themselves a line out 5 metres from the line with good forward power, and they've gone again. I thought they might get over from the maul, but Scotland have done well to stop it. And then it's good patience. It's good patience. A good tackle on Hawkins, but you know, they've gone wide. Haven't quite got there, but then you can see Ethan Lloyd just bossing the forwards, and then you know, that's what you like to see. One of the big boys picks up and takes it on himself, and they do well to stop him from there.
Born and raised in the Democratic Republic of Congo, arrived in Wales as a 7-year-old. No surprise, an international high jumper as well. Been talked about for a long time. And with Costello adding the extras, Wales will be very happy with Chris Chizumza's early contribution. Scotland 3, Wales 7.
It's a great response from Wales. First 2 minutes took them by surprise. It looked like they seemed to be under a bit of pressure. The key now, like Scotland failed to do, will be Wales managing to clear their lines now and not putting themselves under too much pressure in their own half.
Cammy Scott.
Hold in front, stop guys! Yes, you're on now.
Again. Scotland will be the happier of both sides with that
On me, please, Wales.
mini exchange. So they'll get possession midway between the 22 and the 10-yard line. Joe Hawkins, impressed for the Ospreys towards the tail end of the season.
Yeah, he's a big boy. He's got a big boot on him as well. He'd probably be disappointed with that. I think he would have liked a bit more distance on it. And it's pretty much a carbon copy of what happened for Wales at the other end.
Ewan Ferry takes. Move Peel off the back, and it's a beautiful angle. And Melville is over. Advantage Wales. Penalty. Good carry, good crash by Ferry. Quick possession, and Wales could be in trouble. Still, they come to Scotland. Scott awaits. Scott, good angle from Harrison, the hooker.
No advantage, that is holding. 6 slips up round the neck.
Jones over the high tackle,
guys.
and back will go.
6 high tackle. 6 high tackle. Thanks, man.
Nice bit of deception here at the line out from Scotland. Made Wales think that they were going to drive it, peeled out, and then you can see the disconnect then between the tail of the line out and the back line, and that's the angle that they've run. And it's a great carry. It's a very tough tackle to make, and it's actually it's a very good jackal from Evan Daniel to stop the Scotland attack, but they'd go back for the advantage. And like I said, it's pretty much a carbon copy of Wales at the other end.
Stay back.
Scotland in prime position. They go to the skipper at the front of the line out. Good drive by Wales. Dangerously close to the touchline, but penalty come in. And Harrison dives over. And as soon as Wales score, Scotland hit right back. And it's the hooker, as is so often the case in modern day rugby, that benefits from the power and the organisation of an effective driving maul.
There's a nice bit of diversity in their attack there. You see the first one they set up for the driving maul and peeled out, and then the second one they've set up for the maul and it's good strength. It comes back to the exit though, both Scotland and Wales. When you receive a kick-off like that, you've got 2 options. You either try and play from deep, or you exit and try and clear your lines. And when you're exiting, you're either trying to relieve the pressure on yourselves or put pressure back on the opposition, and both teams have failed to do either of those so far. So we'll see now if Scotland have learned from their mistakes and they're able to exit more cleanly from this kick-off from Wales.
Cammy Scott is happy with the conversion. Beautifully struck. And Scotland are back in the lead. Well organised. And Harrison, the youngest ever player to wear 2 for Edinburgh in the Pro 14, is delighted at the 20s level as well.
Still in, well left. Take a step, please, take a step.
This is position in play again. And it's all about getting out, getting safe, and getting good competition.
I didn't get a clear touch either. Sorry lads, we didn't see a clear touch.
Yeah, it's a bet. He's under a lot of pressure. He's under a lot of pressure off the Wales forwards around the ruck. I'm not sure he'll be too happy with his blockers, but he's got a good bit of distance on it. But still, it's not as far as they'd like, and Wales get another opportunity to go back. Well, potentially go back to the driving line-out that has served them well so far.
Okay, number 4 blue early on the lifter. Advantage penalty Wales.
Beautiful step by the open side.
You got the advantage, 9.
Scorer of the early try, chopped to the ground.
Just like over there, it's a good turnover, but we've got a penalty over here.
Well, we've heard plenty of the referees whistle.
Okay, mate.
Loads of penalties.
5 minutes back.
Driving more seems
Back
to be
in.
the fashion.
Just here for me, mate. Just
But what it means is there's no real pattern to this game, and everyone's just trying to settle in, get established, and work those patterns of play. How about that? How about that from Sam Costello?
He's in a good position there, and I saw it as well.
It's almost a carbon copy of the first one. They get a line out from an average exit from Scotland. They win a penalty off it and they kick it into the corner. So Wales will be hoping for the same result from this one.
Well, Evan Daniel will be saying thank you very much for the position of that kick from Sam Costello.
Don't lift the leg.
Rhys Thomas will be saying thank you very much, Evan Daniel, for the service.
Defended
and now
once.
Daniel is at the back of the van
Get back on side,
and hoping to get some yardage, but he changes his mind. And here's Joe Hawkins on the crash. The power of the Osprey centre, and Joe Hawkins is there. However, we'll go upstairs.
I've not got a grounding, and there's a suspicion of a knock-on. So can we just check that, please, mate?
Well, he thinks he scored a try. The referee suggests there may be a knock-on.
Just give me a second.
But
it
the final
okay
call
so far,
will be from the TMO.
Yeah, I think the Scotland forwards will be disappointed if that is a try. They've done really, really well to stop the Welsh drive there. And yeah, Hawkins, we spoke with him already. He's a big boy. Looks fine to me.
I don't think it's double move. I think the initial momentum is carrying him over the line there. Don't see any push out with the legs, and the grounding looks okay.
Just 2 seconds, mate. Try's fine, Adam. You may award it.
Thanks, mate. Try's good, lads.
Yeah, it's a great carry by Joe Hawkins. He's a big boy. He's run direct, but yeah, it's a poor tackle. It's a poor tackle there from Cameron Scott. And yeah, like I said, the Scottish forwards will be disappointed with that. They've done so well to stop the initial maul when they're under a lot of pressure. To pull your head out of a maul and see that they've scored a first phase try is disheartening, to say the least.
Well, a similar try for the Ospreys against Connacht was disallowed earlier in the season when he crawled over the try line. This time he gets his just reward, and the big Osprey centre does the biz for his side. I think sun visors may be in order for some of the players out there. Tough to spot this restart, especially if Cammy Scott hangs it in the air. And as a consequence,
It's just gone straight into him, knock on, accidentally offside.
Carrick McDonough
But he didn't deliberately play, just hit him in the
was
chest.
there in the perfect position, but just forgot the ball. No deliberate offside, just a knock on.
No, because there was a second hit as well.
It's a coach's nightmare, isn't it? You score at one end, you put pressure straight back on yourselves. It's just sort of one after the other at the moment. I think both sets of coaches will be pulling their ear out. And yeah, Wales just putting themselves back under pressure again. So hopefully we'll get to see some nice free-flowing attack from the Scots here. And it'll be the first time the backs have touched the ball, man, I think.
I presume you can practice restarts all you can, but trying to practice restarts off the back end of a try, you can't really repeat that kind of mental effect, can you?
Set.
No, I guess it's being as good as possible. Like, that's just a simple drop ball, but the circumstances don't change the skill. I guess it's just being able to perform your skills that you practice under pressure.
Lack of space that side, so we need to control our space, you two, and then we need to make sure we keep our binds. No early movement, lads. We're not pushing until the ball comes in.
I think they're probably lucky not to have a penalty against them there as well, because I think it bounced straight into a Welsh player.
Not deliberate, according to the referee.
Yeah, I think there was a controversial one of those a couple of years ago, I think, wasn't there?
A certain Lions store, perhaps. With a certain Welsh hooker.
Okay.
Really is a giant of a lot of chins there. Cardiff ball.
Crouch.
Cardiff. Got his born in the Democratic Republic of Congo, educated in Cardiff, now with the Exeter Chiefs. Free kick taken quickly, and good yardage, good gain And Wales are under pressure and let the Barrow again prominent with ball in hand. Direct from Scotland to Scott King. Harris. Still, here come the Scots again.
Backwards.
Went backwards and taken by Bowker. Jones, the loose head. Redpath awaits. Leather Barrow again. So easy for the blind side. Third prominent carry in 5 minutes. Scotland within a metre. Scotland short, says the referee.
Held up. Scrum 5.
And held up.
Your ball, held up. Scrum 5.
You seem perplexed there, Liz.
Okay, time off.
You seem perplexed because I think you thought it was over the line, did you?
I thought held up over the line was a goal line dropout. But I guess this
Not only in the
trial rules are
only
in
the trial rules that were used in the Rainbow Cup.
You're 3 pre-engaged. Yeah, we just need. Everyone needs to control their space.
Got your skipper's head on, haven't you?
Yeah, I want to argue with the referee, whatever the decision he's given.
At least the days of the captain's challenge are behind us. It's unlikely that will continue.
Yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully not. I get why they trying these things, try and make the game more interesting, but I think it just needs to be left at the referee and the TMO for that one. I think it became a bit of a farce towards the end, didn't it? It was you'd have 5 or 6 successful captain's challenges in the game, and the game would go on for 20 minutes extra.
Nathan Evans' day is done, and he doesn't look a happy man.
Go on, Mikey.
Lewis Jones is on, straight into the mixer, and under the pump and under heat by the referee. Lewis Jones plays in Pro D, never. So he's used to scrummaging at the 2nd division of French rugby, but he was under pressure against England last weekend, and he's straight into it right now.
Bind. Set. Leave him 9. Pulls out.
Scotland have done well to regather and keep on to the ball here. Down the short side they go. Good angle, good strength. And Michael Gray is just too powerful for the Welsh defence. Whatever Joe Hawkins can do, Michael Gray can do the exact same thing. It's ding-dong here at the Cardiff Arms Park.
It's good attack from Scotland. It's basic, it's direct, it's physical. I think both defence coaches will be a little bit disappointed with the defence so far. I think there's not enough line speed, not enough physicality coming from the defending teams, and the defending teams are being the attacking teams are allowed to go at the defence rather than the other way around. And yeah, it's definitely both sets of attack that are on top at the moment.
Cammy Scott certainly brought his kicking boots. And we're in for some game here. Two sides have tasted their fair share of defeat so far in this competition, throwing everything into the final dance.
You can see Chris there, he's just dropped out of the line. He's thinking about the breakdown before the tackle's made, and they've gone straight through the gap that he's made when he's dropped out. He's left a big gap in the front line, and that's the line, that's the hole they've gone through.
Inside now. Everyone in front, stop until you put on. These guys will pick you up. 6, stop.
Sam Costello spotted the gap and just clipped it over. and push Scotland back.
Yes, Dad, yeah, spin touch.
10 games for the Scarlets. Former Leicester Tiger.
Nice first one, thank you.
Plenty of experience. 18th match at this level is what you need to control the game and bring others with him.
One more for me. Come on, mate. Perfect.
What's funny? What's funny? What's from here? What's from here? Yeah!
Some more. Wait. That's defended once, 9.
Red pass. Snipes on the blind side, but just runs straight into Lewis Jones. Knocked it on. And it's Welsh possession if they want it, if they want to use it.
Scrum advantage.
Lloyd. To David Jenkins.
Scrum advantage over.
Hawkins. Florence off his wing. Costello. Clayton was waiting for it.
Yeah, nice.
Clayton bangs it back down the field. Not the best of passes. Wales are going backwards. Tom Florence with a fend off. And he runs into Leather Barrow, and Wales have lost 50 metres here.
Use it. They're on.
That's out in the full. And that's a game for Scotland.
Yeah, it's a couple of poor kicks from there. I thought Costello's gone for he had a great kick off the kick receipt into touch, and then it's good defence by the Wales forwards. Managed to and Ethan Lloyd on the short side managed to win the ball back, and then they're going through some phases, and Costello's decided to put the boot on ball again. I think it's probably the wrong option. Puts the pressure back on Wales, and then. Yeah, it's poor execution then from the box kick. So it's probably two mistakes from Wales there, gifting Scotland territory and possession.
Maybe I'm not hot enough on it. I'll speak.
Which is probably the story of the game so far, which is both teams gifting the opposition, attacking positions, and lumping the pressure on themselves.
Can you believe this?
5 men.
Young gentleman, Alex Hammer's only 18 years of age.
Who's in, who's out, lads?
Certainly a talent.
Time's on. Time on, please.
Given the responsibility of leading the side. 6'9".
Some more inside the 5.
Good in the line out, lifting and carrying. And this man's carried a lot in Leather Barrow, but this time it spills.
Scrum advantage.
And Tristan Davis gathers it. And Lloyd
Advantage over.
didn't catch it that well, but could well work in their favour. Melville.
Okay, let go of him now. Let go. Stop 11!
Richards and Costello. And offside.
11, always in front and advancing, closing the space.
A sloppy penalty to give away by the Scots.
11 Scotland, in front of the kick, always advancing.
Yeah, it's disappointing from Melville. He's actually read the turnover really well. Ethan Lloyd spotted the space in behind, and as he's kicked it, Melville's read it a little bit quicker than he has, and he's managed to get back to field the kick. But then, again, it's another sloppy penalty, and Sam Costello is pinning the ball in these corners. It's impressive, actually. He's really going for the 5 metre line and giving the forwards the best opportunity as possible to launch a set piece attack.
You're both asking about it. I'm not seeing any clear ones, but we'll keep on top of it.
So far in this match, we've seen driving more succeeding, and we've seen big inside centres crashing over.
It's gone
and
backwards for me.
Wales go for the grunt.
He's still in his
Evan
hands.
Daniel, ball in one hand, gathers support.
No hands
Hands
now. Ruck's
on the
forward.
ball by the Scots, but it's still Welsh possession. Hawkins once again awaits, but he was a decoy, and it's Morgan Richards. Richards couldn't quite brush the defender off. Tristan Davis wearing 8 this afternoon. Big loud cheer from the Scottish bench. They thought that was an effective tackle. Costello, Richards for the second time in the move, can't quite get to the try line.
Tackle was out first.
Junza looking for his second try. He's short, says the referee. Scottish hands at the deck.
Advantage, offside.
Advantage was given, but advantage wasn't needed. And it's Rhys Thomas with the celebrations. It's not Rhys Thomas, should say. It's Cameron Jones, the loose head. And Cameron Jones celebrates what could be a vital try for Wales.
Cameron Jones.
The tries are coming so easily, Ellis, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. It's a good try. It's you know, it's a good carry, and Alex Mann's latched onto him. You can see he's pushing his buddy over the line. From that far out, it's always difficult to stop, particularly once you've given away penalty advantage. But yeah, like you said, the attack coaches are definitely going to be happier than the defence coaches at the moment, and you know, it's another opportunity for Wales to clear their lines here, and you know, they won't want to repeat the mistakes they've made the last two kickoffs.
Okay, use it. Inside.
Better from Wales, Ellis?
Not live anymore.
Yeah, it's better than the previous one, but it's still you know, you'd still be happy if you're Scotland and you've got a line out to launch off you know, within the Wales 10-metre line. They vary in their attack really well. We've seen them drive, we've seen them peel out, and now we've seen you know, a little cheeky one off the front as well.
And it's Harrison making easy yardage. Leather barrow, the dummy runner. Interception opportunity, but Harrison gathers it. And it's still Scotland. Good feet. Good carry by Muncaster. Up to the 22. Scott. Plenty of options, including the big skipper, Alex Samuel. Scotland looks slick with ball in hand. Around the corner comes Michael. Gray's assistant, Scott King.
No, your feet. Tackle now, more or less.
Bowker, the tight head. Scott. Harris straight into a double tackle. Lewis Jones brings the loud blast from the bench, but we still come, and it's still Scott King. Patience here from the Scots, and they are breaking tackles and they are making yardage. Gray, the try scorer. Good strong carry from Harry Morris, not for the first time. Muncaster. Johan Evans competes, and Johan Evans has his mitts in it.
Yeah, two good calls on the ball.
Yeah, you can see the Welsh players putting a lot of emphasis on Jacqueline. We've seen quite a few boys there, you know, getting in good jackal positions and slowing the ball down. But I just feel sometimes they're almost thinking about the jackal before the collision is made.
Over this line out here, everyone's sleeping, everyone's napping, and it works.
Yeah, it does. Like I said, they've had great variation so far in their line out, Scotland. And you can see a nice planned play with hitting back down the short side, and it almost came off. But Wales are just a little bit too passive for my liking in defence at the moment. You see the one big hit that went in the midfield. How you can see how different that is. It causes the Scotland attack to have to reset. They're going backwards. The Wales defence are coming forwards, and it lets you put a lot more pressure on. I just feel they're looking for the jackals a little bit too much at the moment, and as a result of that, they're there's quite a few negative tackles, and Scotland are getting over the gain line too easily.
Alex, you good to go?
As we saw,
Captain?
Wales potentially stepping up to 4th position in the table. Earlier, England crowned Grand Slam champions for the first time since 2017. And France defeating Ireland to slot in that 2nd slot.
Scotland on the line, please. Some more. Yeah, too late. 2 collapsed.
Well, Maul collapsed, so there's a penalty coming. And Alex Mann just says, calm down, boys.
It's too late.
Pause.
It's already a maul before you've collapsed it.
Just sit
and
down.
Then here we cannot have a detachment and then a go again. Not right now. I'll come talk to you in a minute. I'll talk to you in a minute.
Yeah, so that's the danger of Wales' maul. Then the pressure it's putting on the Scots. They've decided to go with a different tactic. You know, what they've tried to do is not engage the initial jumper, and then you can see as Patrick Harrison comes in, it's not a maul because there's only one there, and he needs to make the tackle immediately. But you can see as he comes in, it doesn't go immediately to ground, and the referee deems that a maul is formed, and he's deemed to have collapsed it.
Maul. Wait. Through the mark.
Muncaster suggested a system
still bound. 6 is still bound. He's always
got
bound
his hands
through the
on the
middle.
ball, and
defended once.
so has Leather Barrow. So Wales potentially are in danger of losing possession here, and it's more than a potential, it's a reality. Well defended Scotland.
Yeah, very well. We've spoken about the danger that both teams are posing with their driving line out, and yeah, Scotland have tried to mix their tactics up in defence. It didn't quite work, and then they've fronted up and they've got him well. You can see he's gone through the middle, gets his hands on the ball, and all he's got to do then is stop him going forward, keep him off the floor, and they'll get the ball. So it's a good bit of defence from Scotland and a good turnover. I'd like to see Wales just mix it up a little bit now. They've gone with 5 or 6 driving layouts. They're having some good change out of it. But as we've seen Scotland do, Scotland will be banking up to defend the driving lineup now. So it might be time to spring something else on them and catch them a little bit off guard.
Set.
Apologies for the language there.
Tight head collapse.
And Lewis Jones, substitute tight head, is penalised, and Wales give Scotland an opportunity to get out of jail.
Thanks.
Estilavera, pupil, playing his trade in France, in Pro de Chafo League, to compete amongst the forwards.
Wait, please.
And Jones's next job is to decide whether or not he engages in this maul.
Don't change that one, you'll stay bound.
Keeps his guard, and he keeps his guard and puts pressure on Redpath. Plenty of men back. Alex Mann, the skipper, calls and gets. Down the blind side they come, through the try scorer Jones. Good run by the loose head. Just about stays in play. No, he did get over the touch line, and it'll be a line out for Scotland.
I think Ethan Lloyd's got his foot on the line as he picks that ball up to pass it. Cameron Jones has done really well to stay in field. A good carry, good recognition as well. He's called for it on the blind side with Evan Daniel, front row union going down the short side. He's done well to stay in, and you can see Ethan Lloyd just with his foot on the touchline as he picks the ball up.
It wasn't you, it was number 9 as he picked the ball up.
These are all just those little lessons that
he did say sorry, Dick.
players like Ethan Lloyd will learn, and understand that he won't be doing that again.
Some more.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's probably nothing he's ever done before, and it's obviously a couple of inches too far. Yeah, it'd be disappointing one for Ethan Lloyd.
Rhys Thomas has swum all the way through them all. And there's a real pain in the neck for Scotland, and now Redpath is under pressure. And Jenkins adds his weight. Great work by the locks, and Evan Daniel spills the ball forward, and it's an opportunity to counter-attack for Scotland. Gray, he loses possession. Sam Costello with the rip. It's back and forth, ding-dong here at the Cardiff Arms Park. Hawkins, Daniel, a real live wire of a hooker. David Jenkins waits with the offload to Tristan Davis. Crunching tackle in midfield by the Scottish skipper Alex Samuel. Richards with a dummy. Samuel again competes to the deck, but again he doesn't get the penalty.
Advantage.
Hawkins, grubber, chip kick, well gathered by Hawkins. Got support by Lloyd. Lloyd as well doesn't get the ball away. Quick possession could be dangerous here for Scotland. Down the blind side they come. Mann. Wales just lacking that slight composure in the sun, in the capital city. And we'll go back for the penalty.
Offside. Thank you. 2 offside. Here, please.
Can you hear Ethan Lloyd giving the forwards a bit of a row there, not sticking to their jobs, trying to go up one-up runners. So
Green. It's
quite nice to see
Green.
See a scrum half shouting
blue,
at 8 boys bigger than him, isn't it?
Is that tactical? Thank you, mate. Yeah. Time off, please. Line's yours.
Corey Bowker has departed for Scotland. Seems to be a tactical change from Scotland. Doesn't really seem to be that Bowker, the tight head, struggling. I think soon the second.
I think we might see a driving line out here.
We've seen 1 or 2, haven't we, already in this match?
Some more. Nice. Move off.
The driving line-up was a decoy, and Tristan Davis is just about
That's a tackle now.
held at his ankles. Lloyd. Lewis Jones. Costello. Lost. Advantage for Scotland. And there's a burst of energy from the Scottish players. They thought for a second it could be on, but now they'll work and try and get out of position.
No advantage. That was side entry, so I can't take the scrum advantage over here. Knock on. Scrum, Scotland.
Well, one thing we have to say, that sun is a real pain for those players.
Is a quick one, lads,
and it's not a surprise that some of those ball to hand for the Welsh players aren't quite sticky.
Just as I thought they'd go for another driving line out, this nice bit of variation from Wales, little back peel, worked quite well. It's just, yeah, like you said, little hand in error. Given the benefit of the doubt that the sun was in his eyes, it's getting pretty low in the sky and quite blinding at the moment. But yeah, I think it's another opportunity for Wales. The forwards are looking really dangerous when they get into the 22 at the moment. And yeah, it's
hit and stay up. Thank you. No worries.
Bit of a cheap turnover from Wales.
Time on, please.
George Breeze is on number 18. 9 matches for the under-20s.
Crouch.
Really interesting how Scotland seem to have changed the tight head for tactical purposes. And we'll see what different Breeze makes. He holds steady. Scotland take it out to Beckman Caster. Tristan Davis competes, doesn't get
Hold
to the
in
ball.
front, everyone in front, stop. Okay.
Untidy clearance, but it worked. And it's Welsh possession.
No, it's a new ball, no quick. You can't take it quickly with a new ball. Not with a new ball, lads.
Tristan Davis
take that
seems
for
to
my
be in
teammates,
some
well.
pain. He's given the signal that initially that he's okay. Seems to be in some distress. Evan Daniel not straight. A free kick given.
You put
against
your
Scotland.
man who's in the receiver position in the line out as an extra number and then lifted. Scrum.
There's plenty going
Your
on
man who's
here.
in the 9 channel then joined the line out and lifted the back man before the ball was thrown in. He can't join. No worries. They've elected for a scrum.
It's quite innovative by Scotland. Actually, they've put the guy who's at first receiver. They've put him into the line out. As the line out's going on, they've put him in to lift to cause it to.
If he's in the receiver
So
2 metres, he then joined the line out before the ball was thrown and lifted. So that's a free kick. He's just got to wait. Yeah, when it's thrown, he can go, but not before.
Here's the injury sustained by Tristan Davis. Just a stinger.
Lads, who's down now? Oh,
Winston, but for the time being, he'll continue.
Okay.
And he's got a minute and a half to survive until half-time.
Scrum on the 15.
Adam
Do
Leal, the
they
referee.
ease with time, those little stingers?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes you can just
Okay,
catch
lads,
you,
let's
and
go,
it
please,
takes a couple of minutes to come back.
Come on, guys, just keep it
so I
moving.
think if you can get
Water
through
off, let's
to
go.
half time, give an extra 10 or 15 minutes to shake it off. But it's well spotted, that lineup by Adam Leal, actually, because it's quite creative by Scotland, and they've tried to throw in an extra number late to add an extra lifting pod, and they've managed to get the steal as well. And you see them go quite a lot. You see little things like that not picked up. I quite enjoy the the inventiveness by Scotland.
Set. Don't touch it.
Front full ball
You pulled out
for
so
Sam
it
Costello.
became irrelevant.
Loops the pass out to Florence. An opportunity for him to let rip. Clayton takes him down. Tristan Davis to test that shoulder of his. Costello. Joe Hawkins. Johan Evans. Still Wales come. McDonough was the carry there. Big hit. Crunching tackle. And beautifully picked up by Joe Hawkins, one-handed. And Wales, despite losing ground, still have the ball. Evan Daniel, Costello, Evans looks up, sticks it to the corner, and that's well weighted. And Wales might have one more shot to put pressure on the Scottish line-out. Beautifully placed by Owen Evans.
It's a great kick in the end. He's got numbers outside him. I'd like to see that the spread wide and really test the Scotland defence, but it is a great kick, and
last play Scotland.
And I'm sure Scotland will just try and catch this line up and kick it straight back into touch to get in for half time.
Safety first, nothing silly for the Scots. Get the ball,
more,
get it in the maul, get it out. get this half over and done with. And that's exactly what Patrick Harrison does. Plenty of mistakes, plenty of errors, plenty of sun blinding the players' eyes. But it's been entertaining. 5 tries in total. And the half-time score is Scotland 17, Wales 19. Wants it. Costello to Johan Evans. Johan Evans. Opportunity. Just cut short is Tom Florence. Lloyd buries deep. 1 metre between Wales and the try line. Lloyd awaits. Oh. Taken quickly around the corner. And Jenkins on his shoulder. Costello wants it. Costello to Johan Evans. Johan Evans. Opportunity. Just cut short is Tom Florence. Lloyd buries deep. 1 metre between Wales and the try line. Lloyd awaits. Oh. Taken quickly around the corner. Just a bit of momentum, but it's still Welsh ball. Mann, the captain. Jenkins on his shoulder. Costello wants it. Costello to Johan Evans. Johan Evans. Opportunity. Just cut short is Tom Florence. Lloyd buries deep. 1 metre between Wales and the try line. Lloyd awaits. Taken quickly around the corner. And Chunza gets there. The big lock with the power. First try Wales. Scotland in prime position. They go to the skipper at the front of the line-out. Good drive by Wales. Dangerously close to the touchline, but penalty come in. And Harrison dives over. And as soon as Wales score, Scotland hit right back. Position. They go to the skipper at the front of the line-out. Good drive by Wales. Dangerously close to the touchline, but penalty come in. And Harrison dives over. And as soon as Wales score, Scotland hit right back. Scotland in prime position. They go to the skipper at the front of the line-out. Good drive by Wales. Dangerously close to the touchline, but penalty come in. And Harrison dives over. And as soon as Wales score, Scotland hit right back. Is at the back of the van and hoping to get some yardage, but he changes his mind. Here's Joe Hawkins on the crash. The power of the Osprey centre, and Joe Hawkins is there. To get some yardage, but he changes his mind. Here's Joe Hawkins on the crash. The power of the Osprey centre, and Joe Hawkins is there. Scotland have done well to regather and keep on to the ball here. Down the short side they go. Good angle, good strength, and Michael Gray is just too powerful. Down the short side they go. Good angle, good strength, and Michael Gray is just too powerful for the Welsh defence. Quite get to the try line. Chunza looking for his second try. He's short, says the referee. Scottish hands at the deck. Advantage was given, but advantage wasn't needed. Advantage was given, but advantage wasn't needed. And it's Rhys Thomas with the celebrations. It's not Rhys Thomas, I should say, it's Cameron Jones. Thank you, Catherine. It's been a long old period here in camp for these two sides. Over a month in the centre of Cardiff. Most 19 and 20-year-olds will relish the opportunity to be in a hotel right in the centre of town for a month. But these are different times. In a bubble, no freedom to socialise, no freedom to visit coffee bars or restaurants. It's been about rugby, rugby, rugby. These two sides, rugby hasn't brought much joy.
Front. Stop.
40
Here.
minutes to end the Six Nations on a high. This is Morgan Richards to Sam Costello,
This player's on. Everyone else get out.
who's
Work
had his
out.
pistol in and a cross set. Well serviced this morning, today, because Costello has been pinning Scotland back throughout this match so far.
No second go now.
Tough for the call, Ellis.
First go was fine. No second go. Stop. 7, 18.
Fair copy. And this does not look good. That injury looks quite serious. There's a player down. Firstly, our first concern is for the player's safety. It's good to see Morgan Richards up.
I thought your first
That
go
looked
was
like
great.
a real nasty fall.
Pushed off it before you lifted it, and then you went back in again. So you did really well to let go there. Thanks, mate.
It didn't look like anything malicious happened there, but it just could be so dangerous and so unfortunate when these big collisions happen in the air.
Yeah, you can see all three of them got their eyes on the ball, gone up, and I can't quite see who it is at the moment, but you can see he's got a bang on the head, and he's clearly out cold on the floor.
It's Carrie McDonough who's down.
I think it was, yeah. I'm sure Luke's checking it. Yeah.
Luke here, so I've checked the contact in the air. The player actually hurts himself.
Okay.
So it will be a restart, or I recommend a restart just for penalty only against Wales 14, because he's the one who contests to the air, takes 11 blue, so it should be a penalty to Scotland.
Okay, no
He
worries.
actually hurts himself.
I'll explain that. Cool.
Okay.
No worries. I'll explain to both of them, yeah, while we've got a little while to keep down. Alec? Let's keep our space a little bit, lads. Just to explain to you both, Timo's checked it, it's not foul play, he actually gets injured as part of a collision with his own player. What we do have is your player actually makes contact with their player in the air, so the restart will be just a penalty only to Scotland. Okay, it's all been checked. One blue for blood, no problem.
Just for the time being, we're not going to
It's going
show
to be their penalty, yeah.
the footage.
Yeah,
Obviously,
it's been checked.
Carrie McDonough does seem
That'll be all right, it
in
could be.
some
I know,
severe
it's not always
pain,
fair, is it? But
and he
sometimes,
did take a big blow to his head. So, as we await to see what the latest is of McDonough, and as we await the substitutions, we're just going to keep away from the footage for the time being. Well, whatever message came across at half-time, this incident will have taken the sting out of everything else. Now it's about composure, keeping agile. And as a skipper, I'm sure you've been in this situation before. How do you keep your players motivated, and how do you keep them warm physically and mentally?
Yeah, it's tough. Particularly, it's going to be a couple of minutes. I think the medics taking all the necessary precautions to make sure that Carrick is okay. But yeah, the coaches obviously would have made a couple of changes, and in terms of tactics and messages at half time. And as you rightly said, you have a 10-minute break as soon as the half starts, and it pretty much goes out the window. But I'm sure both teams would have been similar. Get your exits right first and foremost. Both teams have looked dangerous. They've showed they're capable of scoring when they get into the opposition 22. But both teams are applying pressure on themselves, and neither team has been particularly impressive in defence at the moment either. So that I'm sure that'll be the message will be consistent from both coaches. And like you said, we've had plenty of scores, but you wouldn't really see either team is on top. There hasn't really been any big momentum swings or anything like that. It's just sort of been tit for tat. You go at one end of the field and score, kick off, go up the other end of the field and score, and it seems to be this is the story of the first half. So both teams will be trying to get out of that cycle.
Well, we've been treated to 5 tries so far in this match. Chunza, first strike for Wales, and the rolling maul has worked for both sides. Harrison, the hooker, beneficial. Big charge, big powerful run by Joe Hawkins, and anything the Wales number 12 can do, the Scotland number 12 can do. This was Michael Gray crossing over, and then just towards the end of the first half, Cameron Jones at the bottom of the pile, getting over the try line, and that has given Wales the slimmest of margins here at Cardiff Arms Park. $19 points to 17. The score and the lead for Wales. Both sides, of course, having struggled in this competition. Wales started with a victory against Italy, but since then it's been heavy defeats to France, Ireland and England. And then for the Scots, well, they had a promising start against Ireland, then an early red card, and since then it's been back foot rugby for Sean Rennie's men. Bench and on their feet. Worrying, concerning times for all involved with the Welsh squad. They would have been in the bubble for so long. They would have got close. It's inevitable. It's natural, Ellis, that you spend so much time in each other's company that this will not only affect those on the bench, but the players as well, because it's a horrible sight to see.
Yeah, it's never nice to see any player get injured, but particularly one of your close teammates. And like you said, he's been cooped up in a hotel for the last couple of weeks. So yeah, we're all wishing him the best, and I'm sure Wales will be looking to get straight back into the game and get their heads back onto the game as much as they can, as quickly as they can.
I'm gonna wait until he's well out of the way, lads.
Yeah, the referee will await for Carrick McDonough to depart the field, and we'll just cross everything, and wish
just waiting for him
Carrick
to be well out of the way.
a speedy recovery, because that was a sight that nobody wanted to see here, especially when you consider that this is a competition for development, for producing young talent, and look into the future. So, as difficult as that will be now, the players have to put this behind them and focus on this game.
Has he come back on already? Who's coming off, mate?
Michael Jones had departed just for an HIA, but he's able to return onto the field as quickly as he left. And Scotland go to the skipper, big Alex Samuel. And peeling off the back is the open side, Harry Morris. Harrison up to the 22.
No, he's got back.
Lewis Jones seemingly offside, but the referee doesn't think so. Here's a man who's carried very powerfully throughout the afternoon in Ollie Leatherbarrow. Ball spilt. Wales compete. And it's knocked on.
That's enough, lads. Don't even. No, none of it. That's enough.
Ellis.
Level. Lost forward at the base.
Yeah, it's one of those annoying little errors. He pick the ball up like that, 10 times out of 10, and it's just the one he's taking his eyes off. 10 out of 10 in training, and he's gone to try and do it once in a game. They're looking good because Scotland are just keeping it nice and tight, and they're getting good gains out of it.
Recognise this man, Ellis? You know his son. That's Brian Redpath.
Bind.
Father of Murray Redpath.
Set.
And Cameron Redpath. Murray, scrum half this afternoon. Cameron, an extremely talented centre for Scotland. Good clearance. Good purchase there for Wales. And Alice Clayton. With open space. Showing his father's pace. Daley Thompson, of course, the Olympic athlete. Footballer's touch by Costello. Then he goes for the banana kick.
Nice, you're on.
Pushing Scotland back into the corner. Melville goes for safety.
Inside.
And we're back to the halfway.
Edge of the line, please.
If you're too young to not know Brian Redpath, you probably don't know Daley Thompson either, Liz. There we go. The shake of their head tells me that you were not around when Daley Thompson won 2 Olympic gold medals and became a national icon.
Wait, get back.
Anyway, that's me just showing my age.
Okay.
Evan Daniel and Alex Mann have given up on the rolling ball. They go down the blind side to Morgan Richard. Morgan Richard slightly isolated. And Scotland compete at the deck and they get the turnover. The forwards are slow to support Richards.
He was just holding on.
And now there's an opportunity for the Scots to build and regather momentum.
Okay. You've got the advantage, Hines, on the penalty.
It's been a sluggish start to the second half, but that's not surprising considering the injury to Karen McDonough. And Scotland will take the penalty. And Wales, well, they were caught napping, weren't they, Ellis?
Neck roll. Cheers, Luke.
Yeah, they've it's good, good identification of space down the short side by Ethan Lloyd. But it's just if you're gonna go there, you've got to make sure you're getting get support with you.
7 sub.
Or you've at least got to beat the first man. You can see. You can see Harry Morris back there. He wants a good 7. He's in a strong position, and once he's there that long before the opposition, he's almost guaranteed a turnover there.
Alex Mann's day is done. So Harry Deeves is on. We'll soon spot him with a fluorescent yellow skull cap in defence. And he's a pocket rocket of an open side. Evan Daniel has stripped it and stolen it. And Wales want to play. Cameron Jones, the try scorer. Well, there was a theatrical dive there.
Number 2, playing the 9.
As Harrison flew over, he touched the number 9, and a penalty was inevitable.
Yeah, one of those really, really silly ones. He's probably happy that it's the last game of the tournament because he won't have to review that one because I think the coach might give him a bit of some choice words for that because it's they're not quite sure what he's trying to do there.
Cardiff's Evan Daniel. He's a real jack-in-the-box of a player. He's everywhere in the loose. His bread and butter is this. And the bread and butter throughout this campaign has not been quite there from a Welsh perspective. And that, considering the penalty that they just won, is a coach's nightmare list.
Let's go.
Yeah, you can see it's just a bit of a timing issue. The jumper's on his way down as the ball arrives to him, and he can't quite hold on to it. I think hookers get a lot of unfair sticks sometimes for the line not going right, but there's lots of moving parts, and yeah, it's only one of 4 people really there who could have been at fault.
Set.
Here is Redpath, Murray Redpath. Gray, try scorer into Hawkins. Redpath sniping, coming alive in this game. Michael Jones into his opposite number, Cameron Jones. The Joneses go toe to toe.
Nice, you're not even there yet. Holding front, Scotland, stop 9.
Sits back, quarterback style.
Good.
Drills it down to Morgan Richards.
Everyone, well, stop here.
He's got loads of juice on that kick. And Clayton looked good in the air, but he knocked it on.
Sir. If we see a clear eye, guys,
Clayton got clipped in the air. He didn't catch the ball. I don't think there's much to be concerned about. We'll just have another look at it quickly.
We've got a man down. Time off. Okay, that's fine.
Morgan Richards. Yeah, well, he's awaited throughout the tournament for his first start, and here he is with the Dragons and Pontypridd.
Will do, mate. I've also
coached with Caldicott.
From one Scotland there.
He
was
spare
gouged
time.
at a ruck, just where I am now, and he has
now
got a
getting
red
his
mark near
opportunity
his eye.
at under-20s level.
So if you get any clear footers, we'll just buy a bit of time. I think he'd already knocked the ball on, Luke, before he...
So let's cross the big one first, Adam.
Yeah.
The accusation of gouging, have we any idea on the pitch where it was?
Exactly where I'm stood now, according to the one.
Okay, so just hold the time off, please, because I'll need to do some work with the director here.
Okay, guys, we're having a TMO check because we've had an accusation of gouging by one. He's got a red mark on his eye, so we're going to check that.
Adam, do me a favour. Can you pull the player out who's accused of being gouged, please? So we know who we're looking for.
The player that's been gouged is saying he's been clearly gouged as number one. He's got the red mark on his eye. Do you know who you're accusing?
It is.
Of gouging? Yeah, he's not clear who did it.
Okay, we're just working on it now.
Okay.
Guys, one of the few things we check when we have an accusation, a clear accusation, is gouging.
Yeah.
And if we want to make sure we don't miss something like that, so it will be checked. If there's nothing clear, we'll carry on.
that's fine. Adam, we're going to need a formal review.
Okay, formal review.
At the moment, this is looking like a red card for clear hands in the eye area.
Okay. Okay, Luke, I'm at screen now.
Bear with me.
Okay,
so...
accusations of gouging, and we're going to wait in the TMO's footage.
Adam, you're going to be looking at the actions of Wales 20.
This is very serious.
So have a look here. Number one goes to ground.
Keep an eye on him.
The guy with the yellow scrum hat, Wales player, hands go in, and his hands here clearly come into the area of the eyes with Scotland 1. We're just going to get you another angle for you.
So
another angle coming up for you.
Does he get contact with his eyes with his hands?
So
here's Harry Deves.
Yellow scrum hat.
On Michael Jones.
Hands go in.
Yeah, his fingers are scooping up towards the eye in that first. Just roll that back, Luke. I think that's the best angle there, isn't it?
Ellis.
Yeah, I think that's harsh personally. You can see the ball is almost tucked under his chin. You can see he's gone for the ball.
Yeah, there.
I think that's extremely harsh personally.
Yeah, Luke, I'm pretty happy to talk this through now, mate. It looks pretty clear to me that...
Adam, the camera's coming to you shortly.
Yeah, so Wales 20 goes in there. As he goes to scoop the player, he brings his fingers up into the eye area and makes contact with the eyes of the other player.
We
Correct.
agreed on those facts? Okay,
Yep.
so it's going to be a red card to Wales 20.
Well, we know what's coming, and the priority always is prevention and protection from serious injury. And this
Captain and 20, please.
is a serious offence. And Harry Deeves.
Yeah, we've checked it.
will
Your
pay the
your hands
ultimate
have gone
price.
into. Okay, your eyes have gone. Your hands have gone into his eye area.
Over the jackal, man.
It's a red card.
Yeah, sure. You have a message on upstairs on 45 minutes 20 seconds.
I swear on my life, I would never do anything like that. I was going for the jackal, man. Now, Harry Deeves is devastated. In his defence, he said he wasn't deliberate.
Yeah, I feel for him there. He's competing for the ball. It's unfortunate that it is. The Scotland loose head's got the ball tucked in. It's under his chin. It's close to his face. And Harry Deeves has gone for the ball. There's obviously a couple of players coming to clean him out, and unfortunately his hand has gone into his face. But yeah, I think that's extremely harsh, personally.
Scotland have made a number of substitutions, and they've got a new Max Williamson is on at lock for the skipper, and that means the leadership is down to Ben Mancaster, and Scotland all of a sudden have got second wind. This man has been a prominent carrier all afternoon, Ollie Leatherbarrow. Still they come, the Scots. Good pressure, good continuation of pattern. Scotland a metre short. They still keep it with the forwards. Advantage coming. Berry through. They're there. And within a minute, Wales go down to 14 men and concede a try. And the heat is on right now. Ben Mancaster assumed leadership responsibilities, and he's got the try that gives the advantage to the Scots.
Ben Mancaster.
Cammy Scott to add the afters, does it? It's a 5-point game now.
Time off. Number 1 red substitution. And number 8 red. 1 and 8 red.
So Harry Morris receives treatment. If you're Wales now, how do you react considering those blows they've had in this half? Firstly, the injury to Karen McDonough, then this red card.
Yeah, it's a difficult one, particularly losing one of your back rowers, one of your busier players. They have lots of instances. They take on a lot of work for the team. They make lots of carries, lots of tackles. To lose Harry Deeves, particularly, he's just come on. He was the fresh legs that was supposed to give him a bit of impetus. He was brilliant in the first game when he played, and yeah, it's a difficult one. It'll be a big test for Ethan Lloyd and Sam Costello, I think, to really manage the game. I think Jacob Beetham, who's come on as well, will have a big role to play.
Hold in front, everyone else stop!
Definitely play in the right areas of the pitch, and really trying to just build some pressure on Scotland and not make any silly mistakes and put the pressure on themselves.
Roy Cunningham and Rhys Thomas. Coaching staff for Wales forced into some serious redrafting, reconsideration. They've taken off Tristan Davis. Evan Lloyd is on at 8.
That stop once!
And another Evan Daniel is up and away, the hooker. Good burst by him. Lewis Jones. Hawkins, the dummy runner. Rhys Thomas carries. Lloyd switches down the blind side. Costello on the far side. First opportunity to Evan Lloyd, and he's that close. Wales within the metre. Chunza already got one try, but he's driven back in the tackle. Costello, Evans, still come Wales. Richards ducks under and gets there. Fourth try for Wales, and it's Morgan Richards.
If it's anything more than a penalty, I'm sure Luke will say.
Coming upstairs, mate.
Well, he got clipped in the face.
No, mate, not formal. Just
That's for sure. The question is,
Yeah,
did he get it down?
Just double check that grounding by 15 as well, Lukey.
That's a high tackle anyway. He's short. Does he lose control there, Ellis? Does he lose control?
Adam, check, please.
Okay, time off.
What do you think, Ellis?
Okay. Adam, so we're going to show you the grounding first of all. It looks like the Welsh player in possession loses control of the ball.
I think it could be a
So-
penalty try, you know.
First of all, it will be no try. We then need to show the actions of a tackle coming across.
I think if this is given as no try, they could come to the decision that the last defender has caused him to fall, and by an act of foul play. And if he has,
So Adam, you're going to see on the screen here. We'll cover the high tackle off shortly after, but the 15 loses control here and rolls the ball forward.
Yeah.
So that can't be a try. However, we need to look at that clip in the head just beforehand and see if that contributes into him losing the ball, okay?
So the question is, would he have
Yeah, so just
scored
roll it back. I just
if
wanna
it
see
wasn't
that
for
there
this
is
high
head contact
tackle?
First, so he's coming across here, sticks the arm out. Yeah, he clocks him pretty much.
And does he
in the head, doesn't
lose his feet
Um,
because of the high tackle? And does that lead to the failure to ground? If so, it's a penalty try.
The question is whether we think that has any impact on whether he's going to therefore score or not score.
This is another 50-50
true.
call, isn't it?
So Luke,
Adam, so there's your angle so far, mate. We've got no try for obviously the lack of control,
yeah,
but we do have foul play by the player coming across covering.
yeah. So there's no try for the knock on. He's clearly clocked him in the head. If he's not there and hasn't hit him in the head, he's pretty much got a straight run through to the line.
Yeah, agree.
So we're looking at penalty try and yellow card.
Correct, yeah.
Against, what's the number, please?
Just get it for you now, 2 secs.
Yeah, so an act of foul play in the act of scoring means that player gets removed from the situation. So if the player who'd
11,
committed
yeah.
the act of foul play wasn't there,
Okay.
would
Yellow
the
card and a penalty try.
would a try have been scored? And the referee has come to the conclusion that if he wasn't there, it would have been a walk-in. So I think it's the right decision.
So it's a yellow card for Ollie Melville. It's a penalty try with conversion. So Wales will be up to 26 and Scotland are on 24. Well, it's all go right now. Can't pause for a second.
Stop in front.
And Costello is immediately under the pump, and he has to go for safety before distance. And all of a sudden, Scotland are back in the perfect attacking position. And you're shaking your head.
Yeah, it's like a carbon copy of the first half. You know, you score a try, and straight away you're putting yourself back under pressure. You know, and Scotland, especially with a man up. I spoke about Costello and Ethan Lloyd managing the game a little bit, and that's a really, really poor exit from Wales.
It's inside the 5.
Tackles are falling off from both sides. Lloyd, however, with a bare hug of a challenge. Maul is a screen from the referee. Now Scotland will try and rip it down, but that's a momentum shifter right there. Check this out, Ellis.
It's great strength there by Evan Lloyd. Lovely bit of defensive work to get the ball back for Wales. You had a great carry as well up the left-hand touchline just before the penalty try. He did really well, made a couple of yards, did really well to stay in field. So it's a good impact so far from Evan Lloyd.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Sorry, buddy. They're both down, let's move it. Stay on.
Play it, says the referee. Wales looking to attack from deep. Just need to be careful here. Shunza. Good carry. Second wave of power.
Inside, use it.
And Wales are still in the 22, so they can go direct. Beautifully weighted. And that's an improvement, Ellis. Evan Daniel again busy in open play.
Stop!
Costello. Hawkins was offside. He knew that. Got told that. Checked his run, but he did interfere in the play.
Wait.
Away to Scotland. Wait, he's told.
Yes, mate. Just one sec. Just a sec.
I'm so excited.
Right. Okay. Sorry, guys. Captain, I had an offside call first, which I didn't get. So the first penalty is offside by Scotland, and then we had offside in front of the kick. So it's going to be a penalty to Wales over here. Thanks, mate. Offside first from Scotland. Thank you.
Frustration for Sean Lanine and his coaching staff.
Yeah, just to explain, there was a call that came in from the air, which I couldn't hear because of all the screaming. So I had an offside call against Scotland before they kicked ahead. I didn't get the number, mate, but no, he was pretty clear with it though. Number 20, Piers. Shot at goal, 20 offside. Yeah. A fair bit. Oh, you just fast, yeah.
So some positive news for Ewan Cunningham, Paul James, Rhys Thomas and the rest of the coaching staff. We've been told that Gary McDonough, who left the field on a stretcher, is okay. And that's such positive news. We were worried, of course, but the news about him is good. And any further updates we will bring to you. In the meantime, Costello will need to give this one some welly. Short run up, but he's thumped it. Terrific kick, and it's a 5-point match. Exits is what Dennis Jenkins has spoken about. And I don't want to sound like a broken record, Ellis. But once again, Scotland are getting a result out of the restart.
Yeah, I'm a little bit baffled by this at the moment. I'd understand if Wales down to 14 men, so you could understand if they're trying to slow the game down, put the ball off, make it nice and slow. But obviously with Scotland having the yellow card as well, the numbers are matched up, and they need to be going for much more distance. Luckily, Scotland have missed the last couple of lineouts.
So Wales with a victory and a bonus point up to 9 as things stand. Scotland just a single losing bonus point that they will have today. Number 18 there for Wales, Zach Gianni from the Wanderers, the Nethy Wanderers that is.
Bind. Set and stay up.
And his head that hits the ground, but it's a Welsh penalty.
Scotland loose head, elbow down into ground.
Agree with this call, Ellis?
Up to the edge, please, guys.
You can see Scott in the first to hit the floor. It's always a difficult one when it collapses that quickly. You never know if it's the person who hits the floor, whether they've collapsed it or whether there's some dark arts going on that's caused it to go down.
Same more, no change there.
Evan Daniel's been in the thick of things this afternoon for Wales. So busy. And now it's Giannini.
Defended once.
Both men down to 14 for the time being. Costello, crossfield kick. And it beats everybody and trickles over the touchline, but it means the pressure will continue on Scotland.
Your line, lads.
Why would you do anything else, I guess? That's the question when you're getting so much meters, so many gains.
Yeah, particularly in a game, you know, a one-score game. I think Wales would probably like to try and spread it a bit more if there was a bit of a gap between them. But while it's at one score or it's a close game, I think this.
Stay on.
I think driving lineouts will be we'll see a few more of them yet, I think.
Tackle. No hands. Get your tackle out of the way first. Thank you.
Ben Lancaster, man who leads Scotland in a minute, has carried well.
Scotland, if you're in front, stop.
Has led the barrow.
Great work.
Back their side, and in their own 22, in their own half, and behind on the scoreboard.
Yeah, we'll get him. Number 1 blue, sub. This will be your mark, lads, okay?
Time's off. Yeah.
Well, your fingers.
Taylor Jenkins,
yeah.
one of a
Yeah,
number of
same, mate.
Exeter Chiefs players in that squad. And evening descends on the Cardiff City Stadium. It's been a long old day. Earlier, England celebrated a Grand Slam victory. Then a real humdinger between the French and the Irish, with France eventually winning to finish second in the table. And the advantage of an artificial pitch means that you can play 3 elite rugby matches in one day without any effect on the scrummaging and on the players themselves. Final 19 minutes, considering how long they've been together, these players, considering the band of brothers mentality they both would have gathered,
Time on, please.
how crucial will these final minutes be for morale moving forward?
Yeah, as we spoke about, there's lots of these players will be returning next year.
More.
Very young, particularly from the Welsh side, very young team, and so you know, they'll want to finish on a high.
Costello to Richards, needs the bounce, gets the bounce, looks to beat his man, keeps in field. Beetham supports him, Pressure from
Picked it up, it was
Scotland,
out that side, so no problem.
but it's still Welsh possession. Lloyd, Giannini, Lewis Jones flat, but straight into a Scottish wall.
It was out, agree.
Stolen by Muncaster. And now, does Cammy Scott fancy a goal? No. Gray bangs it away, and Costello awaits the bounce. And he waited a long time, but Costello's back on his feet. Injection of pace from him. The skill from Sam Costello. Does he have the speed? Nobody has the support, and nobody could gather the ball, but it's still Welsh possession. But a penalty goes Scotland's way. Finally, a moment to inspire by Sam Costello.
I'd be interested to see a replay of this, because I think it's George Breeze who's chasing him back, and he's done really, really well.
Wasn't held, was he?
The tight end at full speed, and he gets the turnover.
It's a joy to watch, that isn't it? Outside half chip racing with a tight end, but it's good work from Sam Costello. Nasty bounce, put him in a bit of bother in his own half, and he's done well to get out, and just needed the bounce to be friendly to him, and unfortunately it wasn't, and it's a good turnover from Scotland in the end.
Thank you. Let's go. Yellow card returning.
Scotland back to the full allocation, and this substitute is another recognisable name in Christian Townsend, son of Gregor Townsend, but another spilt ball, and Evan Daniel gets another opportunity to carry. He's been so busy. Over 50 metres made by a hooker. Johan Evans with a chip kick, dives under the tackle as well. Daniel again. Hawkins, and check the player, loses possession. It's basketball out there. Pinball, basketball.
Not got a clear knock on.
And nobody knocked it on, says the referee, and Michael Gray will look to relaunch and restart.
That's a great defensive read by Michael Gray there. Wales players lining up out wide to take that forward, and he's spotted up the back. Zero a hero, you know, he's gone for it. If he misses it, it's wide open for Wales outside, and he's jumped out the system, but he's made a great read. He's made the tackle and put a stop to what looked like a very dangerous Wales attack.
Wow, some big clearances in from McAllister. In on Beetham, down the blind side to Melville. Scotland inspired, re-energised. But Wales compete at the breakdown. Clayton, not seen much of Scotland's fullback.
Still under advantage.
Still advantage being played.
No advantage. Red 2 offside.
There's a long advantage being played by the referee, but back will go. And Scotland,
Red 2 offside.
one would expect, would go to the corner. Bullseye. We saw Sam Costello nailing his corner kicks. And now Christian Townsend joins the party. High risk, but high reward, Ellis.
Yeah, it's such a big lift for a pack of forwards when when the ball goes into touch 5 yards out rather than 10 or 15. Gives you a real opportunity to drive or to get over the line.
Don't change 17. Advantage, side entry.
Fair play. Both outside halves have been brave, because it is brave. You know, they kick that ball dead, it comes straight back, and
Scotland
it's a turnover.
within a metre. Knocked
It
on.
on there, coming back with a penalty.
We're going back for a penalty.
Entry. Guys, once it's formed, we've got to come in from the back.
Take 2 for Scotland. Stolen. And Chunza is away.
Use it!
Lloyd goes for safety, and that's a decent result from a Welsh perspective.
I mean, offset. Stay out of that for me, okay?
Well, that's a sight. That's a relief to everybody. That's Carrie McDonough, left on a stretcher, back on his feet, and looking healthy. So good to see, isn't it?
Yeah, it's never nice to see someone get knocked out on a rugby pitch, particularly when they have to go off on a stretch like that. So it's great to see him up and walking about.
Gray, with a busy man in the inside centre, no way through there. Another good carrier, another prominent player.
Evan Lloyd has been fantastic since he's come on. In attack and defence, he's putting in some great hits. He's looking strong, but it's another great tackle back on the inside.
And Evan Lloyd's injured himself in that tackle. Meanwhile, the Scots keep coming. Melville, ball in hand. He's straight into the defender. No change for him. Townsend under pressure by David Jenkins. Scotland lost their shape a little bit here, and they're just going backwards slightly. Oh, Chunza flew up, and Scotland are straight through Muncaster, sets the ball back. Ferry, the big second row, and Ferry is over the line, but I think Evan Daniel has done remarkably well to hold him up. And a certain try is stopped by the hooker.
Guys, time's
Plenty to admire here, and plenty to question, Ellis.
Okay, time off.
Yeah, he's done extremely well there, hasn't he?
Everyone's up,
Evan
lads,
Daniel managed to get his body on the right side. Costello comes in and helps him out. But yeah, it comes from you can see Chris just flying out of the line. He's picked the wrong man, and they go through, and it's a good tackle initially from Jacob Beetham. He comes across, seeing for a full back, seeing a number 8 running in full flight towards you.
Okay, time off.
Is
sorry, lads.
It's not something they want to see too often, but he's done well.
60 metres carried by a hooker in a game. It's not bad, is it?
That's impressive. He's been busy. He's been busy all game.
Okay, 2 red sub. Number 2 sub.
The line-out's gone well. It's been the driving line has been a big threat for Wales.
And bang on cue, he exits stage left. Evan Daniel's day is done. Oh, here's a lovely moment.
They've been good. So
Colin McDonough's family, they must have been so worried, so concerned to have seen him leaving on a stretcher, and to see him okay. It's a relief to everybody.
Level. Hold on.
Final 10 minutes. This game is intriguingly poised.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Ball squirts out. Townsend. Scott King. Back to Townsend. Knocked on. Knocked on. And delight for Johan Evans. Just a gentle reminder, Ellis, you'll be naming your man of the match shortly, so have a little think. I'll give you a player of the match. Have a little think.
Yeah, go on. I don't want you to stand up. No one stood up all day.
Okay,
look,
that's fine.
I don't think there's a massive problem with the gap.
Okay.
If you can accept a little bit of it, I think we still had a really good swim.
No, that's fine. That's
Okay.
perfect. That's
Thank you.
I'm just asking, just okay. Yeah.
Thanks for your attitude. That's good. Thank you.
Final 9 minutes of what's been a long month in camp. Rhys Thomas receives treatment
They're going
would
to
have learned a lot
I think he's been down a couple of times. now.
about rugby, about themselves, about the art of entertainment
Just there.
when
We're just
confined
waiting. He's going to be substituted.
to
so
a hotel room. And surely we'll see some of these players playing their trade at the very highest level. Rhys Thomas's day's done. James Fender replaces him.
okay, lads. Good stuff, lads. Keep the balance. Hold your weight, Scotland. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Big squeeze on the Scottish pack, but
Stop in
Wales
front.
holds
He's
firm.
fine. The wing is on.
touchline ignored. Clayton dancing through red shirts. Scotland within the try. This man's been busy. Very prominent
Push
throughout
it
this
into
game
him.
in Leather Barrow. Knocked on. Welsh possession. Might they fancy it?
Scum advantage.
Lloyd.
Wales. Stop if you're in front. Advantage over.
Costello.
Wait. Okay.
Scotland, still they come. Not given up yet. Well, that jackal could make all the difference. And of all people, it's Tom Florence, the left winger.
Holding on. Let's go, just on the 5, please. Ten's yours and last one.
Crucial turnover.
Stay back.
That's a great bit of skill. Probably not a bit of skill you associate with a winger
That's the
normally,
ball.
but invaluable
Through
if
the
you can get
ball.
those turnovers in the wide channels.
8! No, he stayed bound to the same player, but don't change your mind, 8.
Lloyd to Joe Hawkins. Big hit on him. It's been a good competition, Gray and Hawkins. A wild pass. Beetham does well to take it. Scotland just slow rolling away, and that slows possession. Chunza off Lewis Jones, the prop. Feel that one try will seal it for Wales. Johan Evans, Beetham, there's Richards outside him, and he loses possession. King
Play on, this player's in line.
just
he's
sticks
fine.
his boot to it. Who fancies
Got
it?
advantage.
Chapman, the dancing hooker.
Scrum advantage over.
Hawkins, good feet. Fancy the offload, still going is Joe Hawkins. Wales through Tom Florence, searching for that victory. One more try will surely seal it. Chunza, back he goes. Costello in the pocket, plenty of time. Drop goal, not good. And we've still got a game here. Right call here, Ellis.
Yeah, you can see what he's trying to do. Take the game beyond 7 points. So Scotland have to score twice. He's in a good, nice central position. He's not under any pressure. You could hear the groan from Sam Costello as he kicked it. He knew straight away that he hadn't struck it properly. But yeah, I'd say that it's not a bad call.
Still going through his head.
Okay, lads, water off then. Let's get going. Let's go. Lads, let's go. Water off, please.
Can we do it now, please, sir?
Number 12, sub. Number 12. 12.
Michael Gray's afternoon's finished, and Thomas Glendinning
22 dropout.
is on for the final 5.
He's gone off our side. Okay, time on, please. Let's go.
Wales down to 14 men for large parts of the second half. Red card to Harry Deeves. Penalty coming. May well be in Costello's range. Johan Evans cuts back against the grain. Leads the side in Alex Mann's absence.
Keep the mark for that, George.
Good angle for David Jenkins. Little Giannini with the offload. Lloyd. Costello.
No advantage, coming back.
Back will come. And the question is this within Sam Costello's reach?
Roll out, slowing the ball.
I think he may well be, and if anything, the referee's given Wales an extra 2 or 3 metres from where he initially signalled.
Shot at goal.
And with that in mind, Costello goes for it.
Okay, mate. We'll just check it. We're just double checking we got the mark right. So.
I think he's on to you, guy.
I don't think I helped there, did I?
I'll tell you if we're out.
Sorry to be fussy, Adam. It's 3 metres back, please.
So we're 3 metres back. It's quite a big decision, so we want to make sure that we've got the right mark. Thank you, mate. Just here. Cheers.
Sorry, Sam.
Good work, Luke. Cheers, mate.
Okay. Sam Costello. It's been a long old month. He's had 77 minutes to think about this moment. It's a kick that'll surely seal victory for Wales. Costello nails it, and Wales are heading towards victory. Recognise that face, Ellis?
Ben Burnell onto the field. Cardiff Blues Academy, son of Justin Burnell, former Blues coach.
2 knock-ons, first Scotland, second
My
Wales.
first coach of the Blues, actually, when I went up to the seniors. Justin was in charge with Gareth Baber, and local Lantavadra boy as well. So it's good to see Ben on the field.
Okay, play of the game, please.
Wait until that ball's in before you have a go, all right?
It's been a game that's been dominated by the forwards. Lots of set piece. I think Muncaster and Leatherbarrow have been brilliant for Scotland, but the set piece and Evan Daniel's been busy all around the park. He's hit a lot of line-outs, and he's been physical in attack and in defence. So it's a good shift by Evan Daniel.
Melville, Scotland have not given up on this one. And such has been the case throughout so much of this game. The final pass not quite sticking. And that's been the tale of the campaign for Sean Laneen's team.
Let's go. Over here, lads. Let's go.
Wales number 2, Evan Daniel.
Here we go, lads.
Wales deserve this, Ellis.
He's been polite to him.
Yeah, I'd say so. Obviously, going down to 14 men is always tough. And I think they just they've probably just managed it a little bit better than Scotland have. I think both sides have made errors that have put a lot of pressure on themselves. But I think particularly after going down to 14 men, to come back and score straight away and to keep the scoreboard ticking over has been impressive.
Stay on.
It's been a long month for these two sides. Just the one victory for Wales before this match.
Okay, stay on, lads.
Scotland will finish without a single win. And that's it. The ball is cleared. Sam Costello's time in the red of the Wales under 20 shirt is done, as is this under 26 nations. And Wales finish on a high. It's a wooden spoon for Scotland and a final victory for the men in red. Final score: Scotland 24, Wales 32.
Thank you all for joining us and your support throughout this tournament. Special thank you to all the supporters there over in the grandstand for joining us. It's very, very nice to see you. Personal thanks to Alex and all the team from the Welsh Rugby Union for their work in helping this tournament go smoothly. Thanks to Chris over in the production box for his music and production expertise. Thank you to Jamie and Josie and all the guys at California Park. They're helping with this festival and working together. So thanks to all the players and all the officials. We're all playing their part. No one carries flag.
Alex, I'll let you do the honours and present Evan with tonight's Man of the Match award. Perhaps the most eventful, certainly the most eventful half of rugby of the tournament. It was clear you were desperate to win that game.
Yeah, look, we prepared all week for it. We were really desperate to go out on a high. I thought the boys worked their butt off during the week, and I just think we really deserved it. Played hard all tournament, and we come in with a mindset to win. We weren't taking nothing less, and credit to the boys, really worked hard today.
Alex, I'll bring you in. Have you as a group ever had to deal with a sort of adversity you have tonight, losing Carrick, the emotion of that, and then the red card?
Yeah, exactly. Carrick was emotional, and Steve's as well, because I know you'd never do something like that. So but we had to dig deep. That's what the game shows us sometimes. I'm really proud of the boys. They dug in, especially this one. Excellent.
I've never seen a group of subs celebrate a scrum penalty or the team defending them all like they did up there tonight. No lack of togetherness. There's a special culture about this team.
100%. Like I've said all tournament, we're a tight-knit group and we want that for each other. We said before the game we need to do it for ourselves, not let each other down. And that today was excellent for me. It's like I said, the circumstances, so I'm really proud of them. I'm proud to lead them out, to be fair.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Thank you.
So, congratulations, Scotland, the Ireland. Thank you for a fantastic tournament. And particularly a hard fought fight. We wish you all very, very safe. Really home. And there we are then, tonight's winners of the final match, Cymru, Wales.
You said previously this team's been all about scramble defence, heart and character. We've seen plenty of that tonight.
Oh, 100%, you know, when going down to 14 men, I thought we showed the grit, the spirit, the calon, as they say in Welsh, to stick in there at the end, and so chuffed for the boys. They deserve it after so much hard work being put in.
Such an eventful second half. I think I'm right in saying Carrick is okay. Just confirmation of that, and your take on the red card. How disappointed were you?
Yeah, well, firstly, very pleased to see Carrick's up, walking about, speaking to the boys, which is great. So that's the first thing. But yeah, slightly disappointed with that, and maybe something we need to look at, as in, did he win the aerial battle? I'm not sure. We'll have to look at it.
Plenty of positives. So it is the last time this group of players will take the pitch together. How special a night is it for them to finish this tournament with a win?
Immensely special, you know, like I said at the start, for some of these guys, a lot of these guys are coming back next year, and if they remember the last game was a win, then it gives us good building blocks moving forward.
Thanks for your time during the tournament.
Thank you.
Well. A pretty lively match, that one. You came out to the wrong end of the result, but gave plenty out there this evening.
Yeah, it was a difficult one. I think the first half we were right in that game. We were top quality, and then, you know, a couple of opportunities in the second half that don't go our way, and yeah, it's disappointing.
Wales did make it difficult for you in the second 40. Did you feel the red card galvanised them in a way?
I don't know. I didn't really think that much into it. I think, you know, we were down their end for most of that second half, and we didn't take our opportunities, and that's where we've lost the game.
You gave Wales a game, you did the same against England. How easy is it to discard the results and just concentrate on the positives?
Yeah, well, I mean, we talked about, after that Italy game, we talked about the pride in the jersey, pride in the thistle, and I think we showed a lot of that tonight. The effort there was unreal, but we've come up short again, so it's
Thanks for your time throughout this tournament.
Cheers.
Thank you all.
Good pressure, good continuation of pattern. Scotland a metre short. They still keep it with the forwards. Advantage coming. Buries through. They're there. And within a minute, good pressure, good continuation of pattern.